see some impressions from our single vineyard Langegg. In Langegg, 90% of the vineyards is planted with Blauer Wildbacher. The single vineyard Langegg is located in direction to east, and we have inclinations up to 35%, and not so much as on the single vineyard in Hochgreil and on the single vineyard Greisdorf. On this single vineyards, we also harvest the base wines for our sparklings, because the vineyards are a little bit higher in altitude, and because of the direction to east, they are a little bit later in ripeness, and that's perfect for the freshness and the acidity for the base wines.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the family winery Langmann from Western Styria. My name is Stefan Langmann, and I'm the winemaker and standing here with my daughter Verena in our vinothek.
Today we want to give you some impressions of the winery and some about the region Weststeiermark.
First, we would like to introduce the history behind our winery. We are running a family business which was first mentioned in 1746. My grandfather ran a mixed farming business, which means animals were kept and vines were cultivated. My father took over the business and specialized in wine growing only. After graduating from the wine growing school in Klosterneuburg, I worked together with my wife in my parents' business. In 2000, we took over my parents' winery. A lot has happened since then. Today we cultivate 35 hectares and process 50 hectares. We also run a Buschenschank and guest rooms. But our love for wine, the closeness to our customers, which we appreciate and care for, and the love for tradition have not changed. Only through the cohesion of the whole family is it possible for us to give all our wines a special signature.
About 2 weeks ago, I finished the oldest wine growing school in the world, Klosterneuburg, just like my father did. Now I am also fully involved in the business and would like to bring some fresh breath of fresh air to the winery with my new ideas. My little sister Katja will finish the same school within the next 2 years.
For us, a respectful treatment of nature is obligatory. Since 2015, we have been cultivating all our vineyards herbicide and insecticide free. This ensures an even better microclimate and ecosystem in our vineyards. We have always produced in a sustainable way, and therefore the next logical step for us this year was the sustainable certification. What does sustainability mean for us? We want to preserve our capital, the soil, in the best possible way. We avoid unnecessary tractor journeys which lead to soil compaction and the use of copper. Of course, we cannot cultivate our vineyards alone, so we have many busy hands to support us. For this beautiful but sometimes arduous work, we need a great team. And we have this team. And with fair remuneration and respectful treatment of each other, these fantastic products can be created. All these points are a matter of course for us and are part of sustainable work.
West Styria. Our winery is located in West Styria, more precisely in St. Stephan ob Steins. The wine-growing region Weststeiermark is special for two features. With only 546 hectares under vines, it is the smallest wine region in Styria and also one of the smallest in Austria. And it's produced a unique autochthone wine in form of Schilcher. Grown there in majority vineyards, many other wine regions are in voice of Weststeiermark because Schilcher can only be vinified here.
Steiermark is an ancient wine country and was, like all the other wine-growing regions of Steiermark, also cultivated by the Romans, as well as the Celts and the Illyrians living there before the Romans came. The vineyards of Weststeiermark extend like a long, narrow band from the foothills of the Voralp range and the Rhinish Coulee, southward to the Slovenian border. Some parcels begin on the slopes of the hills that at 420 meters above sea level and end atop the hills at an elevation of about 600 meters, among the highest situated vineyards in the state and in Austria.
Weststeiermark is a modern wine-growing region with an extremely rustic setting, which one you can say represents another type of legacy in world viticulture. And because the region has not yet been overrun by the caravans of tourism, one should only mention the beauty and unspoiled nature of West Styria to those who will appreciate and present it.
This Schilcher obtained exclusively from the variety Blauer Wildbacher, a grape which already carries with it something of an eternal tradition, but which has only been propagated to a greater degree since the mid-1980s. The name Blauvildbacher is a derivation from Herrschaft Wildbacher, the former lords who ruled the land. The name Schilcher derives from the iridescent, in German, schillernd rose color of the wine. Climate conditions are also responsible for this typical fruitiness. The region is characterized by the so-called Illyrian climate. Summers are hot and rainy, the winters mild. Average annual temperatures are between 9 to 10.5 degrees Celsius. The average annual rainfall between 800 and 1000 mm per square meter. Protected from the wind by the Coalp Range, the region profits from robust warming on the slopes during the summer and autumn, which ensures optimal ripening of the clusters. In addition, during the day the air currents are directed uphill, while at night they bring powerful cooling as downdrafts. The climate feature favors the expression of fresh fruit, lively acidity and great minerality. Here you can see where our wine region is located, over the Alps, and the climate has the Pannonian influence from the east and the Alpine influence, dry and chill, from the north, and the Mediterranean influence from the south, which means damp and warm.
So, these conditions allow us to produce wines with complex fruit and vibrating minerality. We are lucky to have these sparse, nice and slate soils under the influence of the downdrafts of the Coalp.